Hey everyone, what's up? So we're just going to talk about the same topic we've been talking about. The only difference is you change a few variables, such as changing the names. You know, what we said about Errol Spence, for example, now we can just turn that into Gervonta Tank Davis. Fighters who are real and want to be great and do things to be great, those are the fighters that get hated on. Devin Haney, again, was the guy who took crap and who everyone attacked when Lomachenko ducked him. You understand, and went the franchise champion route to avoid Devin Haney. You know, it's all set in stone right now. People are now respecting Devin Haney for obvious reasons. Guys like him and Teofimo Lopez have done far more than guys like Jaron in his boots and Gervonta Tank Davis protected fighters, you understand, who are fed opponents they're supposed to beat and who aren't supposed to give them any trouble at all. But you still have this group of people, and you're the same people. You're the same group. You're the same group of idiots. You know, we're still gonna try to protect Gervonta Tank Davis and push a false narrative. You know, Devin Haney needs to move up, just like a Terrence Crawford, and fight Jaron in his boots. We don't know what weight we want to fight Devin Haney at, you know, although we like to weight jump. You know, 1 minute we're fighting at 140. The next minute we're fighting at 135. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Gervonta Tank Davis is just a watered down Canelo, and Canelo is just a watered down Floyd Mayweather. We don't do proxy race war here, but we do keep it a buck on this channel. You guys know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican fan base always wanted their own Floyd Mayweather. So whenever you criticize Canelo, they always bring up Floyd for some reason. Canelo ain't no Floyd, guys. Canelo's a whole different topic. But you see, when he's in a position to do what Floyd did for him, and he's not even that old. He's not even as old as Floyd was, you understand? Canelo just wants to duck people that he knows are real challenges and threats, unless there's an opportunistic moment for them to poach. You know, that was why the Bivol was a cherry pick gone wrong. You know, it's no different. They're following the same model with Gervonta Tank Davis as a Canelo Alvarez, except for Canelo does have enough money to pay, you know, sanctioning bodies to get them to let him fight whatever mandatory he wants and things like that. You know, that's neither here nor there. But again, Gervonta Tank Davis is nothing but a fucking generic, and I just cursed, watered down Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? The standards and everything else have fallen mightily in the sport of boxing and in civilization as a whole, but that's another matter too. But you guys never cease to amaze me. You never do. We got to sit here, and it's more pliable in your guys' mind for Devin Haney to move up and fight Jaron in his boots and whoever else at 147, then Tank finally fight a real fight and actually chase real legacy instead of the fake legacy he's been chasing this whole time. We've talked about this so many times. People are just in a reprobate mindset now. You know, right is now wrong. Truth is now, you know, fiction. Everything's inverted today. Pussy is now, I guess, pussy and cowardice is now courage, and, you know, whatever else. You guys are just straight clowns. And I could go years without making a boxing video, and it will always come back to the same topic that we always talk about on this channel. I find that amazing. And like I said and been saying, it's probably just going to get worse. You understand? We're never going to go back to normal. But here we are again with the excuses. Calvin Ford is just like a watered down Derek James. Instead of being a trainer, when in reality it's been the matchmaker again, that's led to Gervonta Tank Davis' success, as who's still a 30-year-old prospect pretty much. You know, now this guy, he can talk about business. He can talk about who's a star. He can talk about the weight that these fighters should fight at, although he's confused at what weight maybe they should fight Devin Haney. They want to drain him just like they did Ryan Garcia. The fact that you had to weight drain Ryan Garcia tells me everything I need to know. It's a Canelo move. You know what I'm saying? certain guys you fight with rehydration clauses and crap like that, but let's say you're Triple G and you're like 36, 37, and you look like you're on the slide, especially after that Denny Jacobs fight. Again, oh, we won't put a rehydration clause on him, you know. We'll just pay our judges and everything else. But again, there's nothing new under the sun here, guys. And this is beating a dead horse again. We all know what time it is. We all know that Gervonta Tank Davis and his team are not confident. You understand, they can't play the little same game that they play. Just like Canelo, Gervonta Tank Davis does the same stuff. He tries to conserve his energy, and then he'll try to explode and land some sneaky counter shots or whatever. Against a Devin Haney, they know they won't be able to do that. They know that they're going to get jabbed up. They're going to get outboxed. They know the length and the height and the speed, the ring IQ and everything else is going to be a huge problem for Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, it's just something that they don't want to do. You know, he's the last one who hasn't been exposed yet. You know what I'm saying? The last fake manufactured fighter that they brought up. And, you know, the enemy hates nothing more than the truth, guys. It's pretty sad. What you see in society today, it's all geared towards a war against the truth. That's all it is. You'll see that these people are willing to do and say anything and make up any kind of narrative they want. They cancel people for telling the truth and things like that. I've had opportunities, just like I told you guys before, and I have proof. I was offered money to push a narrative for a certain group. I talked to a certain individual who is a CEO for this group. You know what I'm saying? I know how they do. They recruit YouTubers, you know. I turned it down. I'm going to always try to keep it a buck on this channel, guys. I don't care if it loses me subscribers, if it loses me whatever else, guys. I don't do this for popularity. I really don't. But you all have common sense, especially those who come to this channel, and you know precisely what I'm talking about. We know that Gervonta Tank Davis and his team are scared and they're pussy. And again, I guess Isaac Cruz, just like how Errol Spence and, you know, the media tried to tell you that Ugas makes more business sense than a Terrence Crawford and Danny Garcia, than a Terrence Crawford and a Sean Porter, than a Terrence Crawford. Then at the end of the day, all that happened was what? A one-sided beatdown, just like we told you for years was going to happen. It was going to be anticlimactic. It's the same thing with Gervonta Tank Davis. He's a fake fighter. He's been raised in a simulation. They stunted his growth. This is what happens when you coddle your children, if some of you have children, but they do this with fighters today, guys. The world system is running off an effeminate type system. You understand it? It's no different at PBC. And these fighters, they do dumb stuff outside the ring. They're disobedient and they do dumb stuff and they get caught doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're not disciplined, and it's no different with Tank Davis, who's missed weight so many times. But again, now weight's now a factor. You're a small guy now when it's convenient, but then you're too big when it's not convenient. You know, these games, they just get old, and it's always the same thing, and it's always the same culprits. We're going to double down on Gervonta Tank Davis and this lie, you know, till we can't anymore, and then we're just going to discredit a guy like Devin Haney if they do ever meet. And when he does beat Gervonta Tank Davis in a one-sided beatdown, again, Gervonta Tank Davis is not an active fighter. He's not active enough, guys. Even against Ryan Garcia in those first few rounds when he was desperately hugging and holding Ryan Garcia, and then it was a little smart when I watched the fight. I didn't even make a video on that fight because to me, I knew it was a fake fight. But, you know, what's his name got overly too aggressive and tried to bully too much, and then Gervonta Tank Davis did catch him with a nice punch, but he was shook and scared there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He was desperately holding this dude, tackling him, you know, doing running back drills on Ryan Garcia, a guy that you weight drain. But again, against Devin Haney, they know they can't do that. We've always mentioned on this channel that Devin Haney, his biggest problem was he, unlike a Floyd Mayweather, for example, he never learned how to measure himself. The guy used to go hard from round one to, you know, every single round. He never took time off. He never took rounds off. You understand? Let his opponent expend themselves and get more frustrated. But Floyd, he would win the first 4 rounds typically. Then he would let the opponents think they're coming back in the middle rounds, and then he would sweep the championship rounds. You understand? And he made it undeniable. Devin Haney would do the opposite. He would literally try to go hard every round, and then by the end of the fight, he would get tired. You know what I'm saying? But now he seems to have matured. The weight has actually helped him as well. He's not sitting here draining himself because he was a big 135 pounder. Even guys like Teofimo Lopez and those guys struggled with that weight. You know what I'm saying? It's just unhealthy for kids that are like 5'7", 5'8" to be fighting at that low a weight. You know what I'm saying? Even if they are young. But the weight, you could tell, gave him more extra energy too. But maturity-wise, he leveled up. He fought a smart fight. He knew when to turn it on and when to turn it off. So he leveled up in a lot of ways in that Regis fight. You know what I'm saying? He finally did what we've been saying he needs to do. And again, Gervonta Tank Davis and his team simply know that they're just not ready for that. They need their fake little fights. They need, just like a Canelo, they need their judges. They need everything else in place to make sure that this guy doesn't lose and everything else. It's the same old story. Boxing's fake it till you make it. Let's manufacture people, you know, with this fake narrative. You know, theater is pretty much all it is, you know. But you guys, once again, you're hating on the guy who's been undisputed, has chased people across the pond, fighting people on their terms, whatever they said, and he's earned his position. A guy like Gervonta Tank Davis has not earned his position. You know what I'm saying? And without a Ryan Garcia, he goes back to them needing to lie about their 200,000 pay-per-view buys and all that crap. You understand? The ticket sales, Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman were in a lawsuit. The guy who helped them with their little ticket scam, he just wanted to get paid, but they even screwed that guy over. So I don't even necessarily believe the ticket sales when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis. I know they pad the pay-per-views. They've always done that. Again, you don't travel from network to network to network if your guys are truly these stars that you guys are trying to claim, and the media is trying to claim as well, and you fans on YouTube are trying to claim. But this is the same story. This is the same broken record, guys. This is the same nonsense that we've been dealing with. It started with guys like Deontay Wilder ducking AJ, you know, and these people, they just went full-blown attack on Anthony Joshua, who was doing far more than Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? We saw this with Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, a guy who was undisputed, has done far more than Errol Spence. But we got to discredit Terrence Crawford, and today we even got to prop up a guy who hasn't even done what a Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney has done, you know, to prop up a guy who we all know doesn't have a chin and that they're just soft serving him bodies that he's supposed to beat. You know what I'm saying? There's people calling out Jerron in his boots, and now this guy's quiet as a church mouse. You know, they're just using Terrence Crawford's name again, just like they've done in the past with Errol Spence and all those other guys. But you know, we're now discrediting a proven fighter who's doing what you're supposed to as a fighter, and we're trying to prop up again a little Cabbage Patch looking kid, Tank Davis, little dude, who's still being coddled, is a 30-year-old. At this point in time, you know, you should be fighting a real champ and finally fighting in a real fight with no nonsense, no rehydration clauses and none of that crap. You understand? If you are the truth, and if Floyd and them do believe that he's a real pound-for-pound fighter and all this, it's time to put that to the test, especially as a 30-year-old. You know, you're not a prospect anymore. Again, you haven't even done what a Teofimo Lopez has done, guys. People can hate all they want on these Devin Haney's and Teofimo Lopez, but they've done far more than your favorite fighters, such as Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder's. You know what I'm saying? Their failures tower over these guys, your favorite fighters' triumphs. You understand? Boxing needs to get back to reality. Society as a whole needs to get back to reality. But I've been saying this, and I've been beating the same dead horse. There's nothing new under the sun here, guys. We will talk to you later. I'm not going to play a 5-year game where Tank Davis is going to be ducking and coming with excuses, just like Errol Spence did. You know, I guess now that we're at Amazon Prime now, or whatever network they're with now, I haven't even been keeping up with boxing like that. I guess Devin Haney's on the wrong side of the street again, you know, and this stuff just doesn't make business sense. Tank is a star and whatever else. Yeah, okay. Keep fighting Isaac Cruz in the rematch. You know, that was almost a cherry pick gone wrong. We all know what time it is, and we all know the truth. There's no need to even waste time and resources even painting a false narrative. It's going to end the same way. As soon as Gervonta Tank Davis fights a real one, it's going to be just like Wilder. It's just going to be just like Spence. It's just going to be just like Keith Thurman, even when fighting an old Manny Pacquiao who ruined his career. You know what I'm saying? It's always this fake it till you make it nonsense that people push today. And doubling down on it, it's not going to help your fighter, and it's not going to help your company. Again, go ahead and go to Amazon Prime. Still streaming your pay-per-views. Don't care. I'm not supporting fake fighters with fake narratives and fake belts, okay? PBC, please learn your lesson, okay? Learn your lesson. You want real money. You want real success. Look even at a guy who used to dress in drag, such as Oscar De La Hoya. He took L's, but he fought the best. And he made far more money than any of those PBC fighters made. You understand? That's all we got to say for now. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.